Hello, I'm drinking Evolution of Citra Part 2 from Treehouse. Ugh, can't read that. Sort of can. So, I guess Treehouse is doing a series called The Evolution of Citra single hop beers that are going from blonde ale, like 4%, pale ale, this is 5.1%. I assume then there will be a IPA, double IPA, probably triple IPA. This is canned 16 days ago. And yes, 5.1% alcohol. And it's just uses the best citralots that they get their hands on, brewed and dry hopped with our finest citralots. So, um, Julius is kind of like the Julius series is kind of Citra focused. I'm pretty sure, but it's not single hop Citra. They actually don't do a lot of single hop beers at Treehouse. And I actually had some cans of this already and thought it was pretty darn good. Hopefully they do it again. Yeah, I don't know if they will. But that's actually got a little bit of color to it, kind of orange, I guess. You might expect them to do a single hop beer with like very simple malt character, but this actually looks kind of like Julius. And the haze is substantial, but it's not super murky. I can sort of see my finger shadow through there. I wonder if this has gone downhill just in 16 days. I don't know if I'm noticing as much aroma out of this. The head's pretty nice. Yeah, not an explosive aroma. Out of the can, it's a little bit better. And it does have a little bit of this, like, almost a nostalgic feel for when breweries were just starting to do these super hazy, super dry hopped Citra beers years ago, and they're just kind of blowing everyone's mind. Yeah, it's a really nice head. And it seems like some breweries still do that. But a lot of the breweries that do it are inconsistent, like Trillium. Oh yeah, that flavor's good. It's definitely got some sweetness, very low on bitterness, but it has that classic. It's a clean resinous sort of dankness you get from Citra. It's not like sweaty. It's not too cannabis. It's not like mentholy or anything, and it carries the tropical fruit notes really well. But maybe this can's a little too cold because I'm just not getting a huge amount of aroma. Really inhale it, it's got almost like a passion fruit thing. Yeah, it's different than Julius. It's not like all creamsicle and stuff. What do they say? Not much. Just these. Oh, here. White grapefruit, fresh squeezed orange juice, mango smoothie. They kind of use a lot of the same descriptors for a lot of their beers. I guess they don't say peach on this. Sweet citrus aroma ride. A wave of bitter hoppiness. Yeah, I like that there's a little bit of a sort of leafy thing going on. It stops short of vegetal or like garlicky, but I like that. It just makes it seem like it's actually a plant. Oh yeah, the flavor's good, and it's a really nice head too. I can't really get you to see that, but yeah, this is really well made. I hope they make this again. It does remind me of like old school pseudo Sue a long time ago. I think pseudo Sue went back down. They kind of changed the ABV of that. It might be back down to 5.8, but pseudo Sue, like, it didn't used to be super duper hazy. And yeah, this just reminds me of some of those single hop Citra beers that really just were kind of legendary, maybe not so much anymore. Not maybe a little bit reminiscent of Zombie Dust, but Zombie Dust is a very different style and has much more like crystal malt in it. This is just very well made. Nice full feel. Has some of that treehouse candy ester yeasty kind of almost banana type thing. It works really well with the Citra. And it's kind of like a passion fruit thing, a little bit, maybe not that sweet and tangy. Definitely some mango, and this leafy, kind of grassy type thing that I'm a big fan of. And there's a little bit of a toasty malt character too. It's a quite complex beer, but it's not stuff that's distracting from the hops. It's still all toward the glory of Citra hops. And yeah, we're retaining a really good head. I don't know if I got. Is there much sediment? There's not much. A little bit, but no chunks. Yeah. It reminds me actually a little bit of some really good Hill Farmstead pale ales. Or maybe if they did, if Hill Farmstead did Edward with Citra or something like that. Might be actually close to that. It's a little bit minerally. It has some bitterness. There's actually bitterness in there that comes in. Not at first, but yeah, and it lingers with some bitterness, like Edward from Hill Farmstead. Except they don't use Citra in that one. This is a very good beer. And like a soft, creamy feel. It is a little bit of a light feel. It is 5.1, and it is a little bit dry. But yeah, most people would probably think this is a 6% beer, maybe. There's absolutely no booziness or anything, but this is great. It's a lot better than Evolution of Citra Part 1. That one just, didn't, it was too light. There was not much body, not much malt to carry the Citra, maybe. This one's really hoppy. This one's just enough malt to do that. But yeah, I think I like Eureka Treehouse's like standard blonde ale more than Evolution of Citra Part 1, their 4% blonde ale. But this is great. This is like a 4.5+ beer for me. Bye.